Christy, and welcome back to Kicking It with Christy. It is Funday Friday. Well, it's going to be a fitness Funday Friday only because of what I'm going to be talking about. So, let's get to it. I know, everyone does the New Year's resolutions. I start things in the middle of the year wherever I want, just, whatever. I like starting things at the beginning of the month, no matter what month it is. I don't care. And can you not land right now? Are you done? Trying to... Where are you going? Sure, we'll go with that. I'm not cutting that out either. Okay, now that display of aerial noises are over. I don't live near a airport. I don't know why. They have a flight path that just comes right across. And I also asked him where he was going because I have zero idea if it turned around or what happened. Yes, I know. People always do these New Year's resolutions and they don't stick to them. Most do. Some don't. I've already been on my weight loss and fitness journey. I've already been working out and had to start over, and it's life, And this year I am kind of switching it up just to have fun, and I lose weight in the process. Good. That's what I wanted in the first place. That's why I work out and stuff. But I'm just going to be changing up nutrition-wise and workout this time around. Now, we're about a week into January. And January 1st, I started low carb / keto. Right now it's kind of just low carb because I'm not down to where a keto level would be. I'm gonna just give you a little bit of a beep beep stop. Don't you be typing and stuff right now. Go use your fingers to go to Google and type and search. And go look at medical websites. Don't go looking at anything else but medical or health related websites. Because there's plenty of ones that are like news websites that will say, oh, it's bad, oh, it's good, oh, it's bad. It depends on you and how you actually do it. I'm going to give you an example of why you'll never get to eat carbs again. Makes, no sense. A few years ago, I was vegan, and I was vegan for 2 years, a little over 2 years. Not a month. I didn't do Veganuary. I did Veganu everything. It was 2 years. And I'm back to eating dairies and meats. And my body didn't, shut down on me. It's because I know that I wean things into my system. I don't sit there and just go, oh, well, I don't want to be vegan anymore. Let me eat a bunch of dairy and eat a whole steak. No. I slowly added things in. And the first meats I even attempted was fish or chicken, like something very light, and it was not like a whole meal either. It was very minimal. And the only reason I stopped that diet, lifestyle change diet, I don't know how you want to word it, was because I did it wrong. I didn't get the right supplements, the right vitamins to help my body. So, yes, I lost 50 pounds on it, ish, maybe a little bit more. But it also took some of my muscle that I was gaining from working out. And my body had no idea what it was doing at that point. So I said, you know what? We're going to reset and I'm going to slowly wean back in. And then I went to lacto-ovo-vegetarian, where I still ate eggs and cheese, but I didn't eat, red meats or anything. That was a whole mess. And that stressed me out more than anything. Just like veganism kind of stressed me out as well. But I'm just saying that's kind of the same concept as you would be doing with carbs, with the low carb and keto. My first week was 50 net carbs and below. I'm gonna tell you one thing, I never realized how much carbs I consumed before this. I started using the app Carb Manager, not sponsored, it's just a helpful app that's free. There is a premium option, but you don't need it if you're just using it to, track your macros and help you keep track of what you're eating. And I started entering the things that I would normally eat and the amount of carbs that are in them and how many servings I would normally eat. It was all red across the board. It was just a lot. Even dropping down to 50 net carbs and below for the first week still made me have what you call the keto flu, but it was kind of minimal because I was already tired and in some aches and pains because of when I started. It was, the kind of end bits of Shark Week wasn't fun. So I was already exhausted, had lower back pain, had some headaches here and there. But as it went along, I'm still tired and groggy. This is day 7, technically. Tomorrow, which is Friday, which is today, technically, for you guys. That makes more sense. And I'm going to be changing my goal for net carbs down to 30 and below. I am going to slowly wean my body into it so I'm not getting such bad of a keto flu. So my first month, the first 2 weeks are going to be more low carb and less geared towards keto, and then that third week will be keto and on. So again, please go do your research before you go commenting. It's, something I chose to do. Literally today, I think I'm nowhere near even 30 net carbs because I've found so many low carb alternatives that it's fine for me. I've been using Carb Manager to track my stuff, and I use, my eyeballs to literally read the nutrition facts. Because there's times where, since the update, it hasn't done it. But before this previous update, it was just a hot mess. It wasn't subtracting the sugar alcohols if you were measuring net carbs, which is what I'm measuring for. Like, I have a really keto-friendly bar out there that's actually 4 net carbs or 3 net carbs for a whole bar, and it's at 8. Do you want to subtract the 5 grams of sugar alcohols? Maybe? So, it was 3 then. I am also doing intermittent fasting along with the keto. I do 14 hours fasting, 10 hours of eating. I did do 16 hours of fasting and 8 hours of eating prior, but I found that really, really limited my eating window, and there's some times where when I would eat my first meal, I wasn't eating, things after that for a while, and then I didn't really get to eat a whole lot. So for now, it's going to be set up like that for me, and I use the app called Simple, and it's literally a purple ornament now still. I don't think they've changed it. The last time I checked, it wasn't changed. But that's another thing that I'm doing that I've done before, keeping calories in check. And calories are a whole nother conversation. I know everyone's, that's why a lot of people don't, recommend keto. You have to keep a track of your calories too. Like, you can't just be like, oh, it's 0 carbs, but then it's, thousands upon thousands of calories that day and you're over calorie and you're losing some, but you're not losing, a lot. You still got to be in a calorie deficit no matter how you run it. Again, that's what I've read, and that's what I've talked through nutritionists and people who are actually in the industry for that. And they, no matter what you do, calorie deficit is another thing that you have to pay attention to. Which luckily, again, not sponsored, but on Carb Manager, it does help you keep track of your calories and everything else as well. It's helpful. Now, workouts. I'm not going to be using that same app. To be perfectly honest, I'm getting kind of burnt out on it only because some of the workouts there's minimal videos for. Like chest, there's 1, maybe 2. back, same thing, that are beginner, maybe intermediate on some of them. There's not that many. For me, I hate repeating things over and over and over again, and then your body's just going to get pretty well adjusted. So the rest of this month, I'm going to be, walking, which I would do before. I used to walk 6 miles every day. I don't know if I'll get that in. I will try, but I'm at least going to get 10,000 steps in, and then I'm going to see what the effects are if I play the game, again, not sponsored, if I play the game Just Dance for some odd amount of minutes, like dancing minutes. There is a sweat mode you can engage, and it will show you how many minutes you've been playing, how many kilocalories you've burned. I'll translate that, at the end of January of how, the totals, because I'll write it down or I'll take a picture or whatever before I stop for the night. I say night because I don't play Just Dance unless I'm alone. There's not enough room in the living room to have more people in there. Like, my husband's chair is in the wrong place because I've played Just Dance, even with the floor all nice and clean and spotless. Right now it's got Christmas stuff everywhere because I'm still putting stuff away. But his chair is so close that I have almost beaned him a few times, and I know that sounds funny. I literally call it just flail because that's what I look like I'm doing sometimes. But I can't really screen record it because I don't have an extra chip or whatever you want to call it. So you may or may not get clips because I can still record myself. And actually, I have another announcement that I will announce later on that may enable it to where I can at least have me being recorded and, being able to do the screen as well. So that's going to be what I'm doing for January. Just this month. And then I will weigh myself before Shark Week because that's going to happen again. Of course. Now, again, this is also not sponsored. I have to keep saying that because some people are like, oh, she told you, messaged you to tell you about that. I'm like, no, did not. A friend of mine told me about this YouTube channel called Walk at Home by Leslie Sansone, Sansone. And I'm scrolling through her playlists and stuff, and I see the 2019 New Year's, challenge, and I'm like, okay, you don't have one for last year, and you don't have one for this year yet, so I will be starting that one in February. I know that makes no sense. I didn't get to start it this month because I didn't know about it until the other day. And I'm already a week into January, and I like to start things in the beginning of months, as I said before. So for the month of February, I'm going to be doing whatever videos, whatever walking, whatever that consists of for that whole month is what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing that program and the 10K steps minimal for the month of February, and I'm going to see if there's, any difference from the weight loss from January into February. There probably will be, only also because, the last 2 weeks of January will be in full keto effect, as opposed to February will be just straight up all in keto effect. So, it's something that's new and it's different, and I would like to try it. That little upgrade I was talking about for the channel. The only reason I know about it is because I actually found it. I'm the one who found the whole thing, and at the time I still had Prime, so I know about it, and it's literally in the kitchen, and I am not allowed to touch it until after my birthday. But I have an actual camera, like, not using my phone completely. It's literally an actual, like, camera. I will, insert the little picture here. When I had bought it, it was on sale, and I also had Prime at the time. And all of that rhymed. But that, the 128 gig memory card couldn't even think of it right now, and a tripod for it, because the tripod that I have you on is actually for the phone. All that together, obviously I had Prime, so it was free shipping. It was like $107. I am very excited for that. So I figured maybe some night I will set my tripod up and have you guys facing me, and then have the camera on its tripod, kind of out of hopefully view of this, facing the TV, and have them recording at the same time, and hoping that maybe I could, you know, melt them together where whatever's recording on the camera and facing the TV, that will be the main picture, and then this little part right here will be like me dancing at the same time. For copyright infringement, you know, issues, I'm going to probably be just putting the music that I would normally be putting behind a video that's on iMovie or something, or whatever video editing software I end up putting on my laptop, because I will have to upload that to there. A bunch of different upgrades and a bunch of different changes. I hope you guys will like them. I'm hoping that everything works out, and that upgrade, you know, really is gonna help. I've stopped Crochet Away Wednesday because it's awkward the whole time you're just staring at my hands, and I want to be able to do, like, say, have the camera here and have my phone, you know, recording my hands, and I can talk to you and not have to consistently have my hands in frame. Like, you don't have to sit there and stare at my hands. It just seems less awkward that way, I guess. And I am super excited to bring that back. Going to be looking up some beginner patterns for maybe some Valentine's Day stuff. And I don't know when I'll be bringing that back. That is my changes for 2021. Low carb / keto. I mean, low carb now, keto later. Gonna be walking my 10K steps again. And for the rest of this month, will be just dance. Next month will be the Walk at Home 2019 New Year's Challenge, and, you know, 10K minimum steps. And obviously it'll all be, you know, keto diet and intermittent fasting as well. So we'll see if this combination actually works out. I will link the Carb Manager app, the Simple app. I will link her, the Walk at Home down below as well. And what else? And of course, the channel's Instagram, my personal Instagram, will be down below as always. Thank you so much for, like, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate the ones that do watch. And, you know, if that subscribe button's still red and it still, you know, says subscribe, you can poke it and subscribe to follow me along on this long journey. I know it's a never-ending journey. Life is literally, you know, a journey, and you just add things to it to try and help, you know, love your body and take care of it. So I appreciate each and every one of you for watching and just kicking it with me.